1-2. Lost it. One, two. Good afternoon, good evening, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Rapid Solicitors Stadium here in Wakefield for today's Kingstone Press Championship match between Featherstone Rovers and the Hunslet Hawks. Quick rundown of the team news for you. First of all, starting with the Hawks, at fullback is number 1 is Jimmy Watson. In the three quarters, it's number 24, Richie Barnett. Number 34, Luke Briscoe. Number 4 is our next rover is Danny Morn. And on the opposite wing is number 5, Vinnie Finnegan. Making his championship debut for the Hawks, a former rover from last year. And for the past few years, is number 31, Andy Kane. And he'll be partnering number 6, Simon Brown. A whole ex-Rovers front row for the Hawks. Wearing number 10 is James Houston. Number 9 is Jack Lee. And number 8 is Michael Haley. In the second row, number 12 is Aaron Lyons. Number 11 is Callum Casey. And number 15 is Liam McKay. On the bench for the bench for the Hawks, number 19 is Brad Brennan. Number 37, Rob Mulhern. Number 13, our next rover, is Danny Grimshaw. And number 23 is Elliot Cosgrove. Rovers' first lineup of the championship season sees championship debut for our Australian fullback. Number 21 is Jai Hitchcox. In the three quarters, number 2 is Will Sharp. Number 3, Nathan Chappell. Number 1 is Ian Hardman. And number 5 is Ben Blackmore. Halfbacks are number 6, Paul Sykes. And number 14 is Sam Irwin. In the front row, number 8, Jordan Baldwinson, very much impressed in pre-season. He partners Paul Wood up front. And in between those two is number 9, Andy Ellis. On the second row for Rovers, number 11 is James Lockwood, and he partners number 19, Alex Foster. And the loose forward is number 13, Tim Spears. Another player making his championship debut for Rovers is a trialist on the bench. He's number 31, is Renmi Marginet. And he'll be sat alongside number 15, Jack Bussey, 16, Andy Bostock, and 17, Matt James. Today's referee is Mr. Chris Kendall. Obviously, this being the final game of the championship weekend, as the Hunslet Hawks come out onto the field, battling beating Workington by 30 points to 6. A great start for Dewsbury. They turned Sheffield Eagles over by 19 points to 10. A cracking game by all accounts at the Lee Sports Village, where the Centurions beat the Bulls by 36 points to 24. Another close one at London, where London were 20-odd points up at half-time. A great revival by Donny to lose by only 4 points by 26 to 22. And Whitehaven 16, Halifax 44. Joe, it's been a fascinating opening weekend to the championship. What are you expecting for tonight?
Well, tonight we simply want more of the same, don't we? And of course, we want a Rovers win. Super League really laid down the gauntlet with their first weekend, and the championship has responded in style. I mean, we've got some fantastic outcomes there. Bradford, everyone expected them to be the big dogs in this division coming down, and Lee really gave it to them. Although you would say with the settled squad they had and how dominant they were last year in this league, that it's not too much of an upset. What I found really pleasing was the second half performance from Doncaster, though, as they really put up a fight against London. And they've shown that just because some sides are full-time, whilst others remain part-time in this division, it's still going to be very competitive all the way through.
Indeed, and Dewsbury turning Sheffield over that. Maybe one of the lesser upsets, but still a cracking start for the Rams.
Yeah, Dewsbury certainly have a very settled side, and they've got strength all the way through the team. No particular star players in the way that Sheffield do. Sheffield clearly have areas of strength and weakness, but if you learn to combat them correctly, then any side can have those. Whereas Dewsbury, far more methodical in their approach, spread the game well throughout the team. Now the question is, what will we have here tonight? Rovers, without a doubt, also have strengths and weaknesses in certain areas, as do the Hawks, some star players in certain areas. You look at Andy Kane, a prime example. If he has a great game, they could win this game tonight. If he has one of his lesser games, it could be an upsetting scoreline for the Hawks.
Indeed, it could. We're talking more about some of the new introductions as well, but the match is underway. Kickoff is taken by Rovers, and here's that first drive. Rovers now on their own 20, centre field. Ellis waits, and he will move the ball out to the right, and Rovers on the attack now. Driving up to the 30. And here are Rovers now. The ball is spread out to the left. Through the hands it goes. Rovers then just short of halfway now. 15 metres in from touch. The ball comes out to the left again. Sam Irwin's had a haircut. He was in possession. And here's Baldwinson. And Spears. Ball is left now. His sight to the kick back infield. It bounces once. It's taken by the Hawks. By Vinnie Finnegan. Vinnie Finnegan is signing from Batley. Is that a good signing for Hunslet as well? Vinnie Finnegan coming in.
Well, you look at Hunslet and the way they've gone about their signings. Many people's favourites to go down when they first came up, of course, in that dramatic final against Oldham. And they had to make quality signings across the squad. I think Finnegan's a fine example of the ones they have made. And now you'd be looking at the Cumbrians as the two favourites to go down, as Hawks have some quality players and aren't to be underestimated.
Indeed, that's a kick over the top. And it looks like this will be the first touch of the ball in a Rovers shirt for Jai Hitchcock.
He played last time.
In the championship for Jai Hitchcock then. Jai, of course, did make his debut last week against the Lock Lane team. By all accounts, he had a very fine game as well. Here's Will Sharp now. No, it's not Will Sharp.
Right.
Yes, it is. Joe's shaking his head, but it is. Here are Rovers attacking down the left channel now. I think Joe's trying to get me into trouble early doors here, folks. Rovers attacking centre field with Baldwinson. Very much impressed in pre-season, Baldwinson. Certainly has earned his place in the starting lineup tonight. Through the hands of Wood it goes, and Rovers trying to work it down that right channel now. Just short of halfway, and the hand goes up. This is going to be the last tackle now. And it's a kick from Andy Ellis from Acton half. Out on the full. Disappointing. Interesting to see Ellis kicking from Acton half. Rovers obviously accomplished kickers in the side. Joe, mistake from Rovers.
Yeah, Andy Ellis kicking from Acton half, but not something we used to seeing, and perhaps that's why, as the ball goes out on the full, and not what you want to be doing early in this game. With it being a night game, of course, you'd think our fitness would have normally told, but it's always a level in these conditions. The air's cool, players aren't going to get as tired as they were, so we want to be winning the territorial battle, and you can't be sending out kicks like that early doors.
Certainly not, and here's Jack Lee from Acton half back, moves the ball inside. Kane drops it off. Hunslet then on the Rovers 40. In an attacking position as Jack Lee again, signed from York, of course. Kane again, through the hands it goes. That's a charge down, and it is going to be a knock on, I think. Yes, it is. It was pushed forward by Andy Ellis in trying to retrieve the ball. Rovers eager, a good charge down, but just not able to claim that ball back.
Yeah, you look at that. Perhaps if Andy Ellis scoops up that ball, he's away for the try. But alas, he's not able to take it in. And once it left with a scrum down on R40. Well, they're getting more of the possession early doors, and it'll be interesting to see what they can do with it this time. A full set of 6 in our half.
You've got timer going. And so here are Hunslet now then, as Jack Lee waits, it's Acton half back. Spreads the ball right. Lee. Jack Lee goes, and Hunslet now just short of the Rovers 20. Centre field. Jimmy Watson waits. He moves the ball out to left. Through the hands it goes. And Hunslet now just inside the Rovers 20. 15 metres in from the left-hand touchline. Here's Andy Kane. Shows it once. That's a drop-off pass to nobody, and a bit of a waste on that tackle for Hunslet. The ball is stretched left. Andy Kane puts a crossfield kick in. It's a good, not bad, but the ball is not dead. So that'll be a Rovers head and feed on now. It'll be the turnover. It was on the last tackle. Good set for Hunslet, sorry though, Joe. Pinning Rovers back in their own 20.
Yeah, they're able to pin us back deep in our territory here. They've had a full set within our half. They've got an early taste of having the ball, being on the attack, and they've put in a clever little kick towards the end, and who knows, on another day it might come off for them.
Indeed it might. And so Rovers then trying to work out from their own 20. Centre field now. Ellis scoots and then gets the offload away to Wood. So that's a good drive from Wood. Gets Rovers up to the 40. Here's Irwin. Irwin with a kick over the top this time. Bounces once. And it's taken by the Hawks. And here's the return from Jimmy Watson. But a good chase from Rovers, pinning the Hawks back on their own 30. Andy Kane from that's in half-back, moves that ball out. And there's the first penalty of the night to the Hawks. Not standing square at the play of the ball. So, again, Rovers territory, and the Hawks are going to be starting in the Rovers half.
Yeah, our last tackle plays aren't working out so great, and then we're not responding on them on that first tackle. And it's rendering some territory to the Hawks. Interesting kicking style we saw there from Sam Irwin with the ball spinning sideways. We've not seen much of his long kicking game, as he's not been in at scrum half much. Be interesting to see as well when Remy Marganet comes off the bench, whether him or Irwin will go in at hooker. Both of them have the ability and both can play in the halves. So we'll see how that one develops.
Indeed, obviously, when a new team comes in, it's trying to see what systems Rovers have put in place in pre-season. Interesting to see that with all the new teams. And here are the Hawks now in the Rovers 20. That ball is stretched out to the left. It's gone behind. And here is Richie Barnett down this right-hand channel. It's a run down the short side by Hunslet. That's a good run as well. And Barnett now waits. It's tried to move the ball down the blind. The idea was there, trying to catch Rovers on the short, but the pass going behind the man. As if Hunslet had to have a chance in this match, Joe, they can't afford to waste opportunities like that.
Richie Barnett for many a year has been my favourite player in the league, and there he's showing exactly why he never fails to give us a comedy moment as this man. He just doesn't look comfortable with a rugby ball in his hands for some reason. I remember, of course, Dwayne Chambers signing for Cass temporarily, and with his fast sprinting ability, they thought they'd be able to turn him into a rugby league player. That never worked out, and you wonder whether Barnett came through under the same sort of system.
Yeah, certainly mistaken. Rovers now just inside their own half. On the attack with Baldwinson. Gets Rovers just short of halfway now. And Rovers just inside the Hawks half now. So kick over the top from Sykes. Looking to turn Hunslet round. That's a superb kick. As close to the try line as you can get. It's going to be a scrum down head and feed on the 10, and just what Rovers needed.
That's the kind of last tackle play you're looking for. They've had us pinned back in our half for too much of this game, and now we're going to have the opportunity to do exactly the same to them. We've seen these territorial kicks where it bounces dead into touch become more and more part of the game, whether you like it or not. And now a massive part of what we're going to do. Giving away penalties. We've got to be very disciplined in our defence here. Make sure we pin the Hawks back so we can finally have an attack on their line. It's been too long into this game.
It certainly has, and here are the Hawks now trying to work out from their own 20. Not heard much from the referee in the opening 10 minutes. One penalty given. Very unlike the match at Lee yesterday where Mr. Cobb got a bit carried away by all accounts. Seems to have a good control of the match, does this referee at the moment, Mr. Kendall. See how it progresses, and as the Hawks work the ball out to the right-hand side. On their own 30 now. Andy Kane from that's in half-back, and there is a penalty. Not clearing the play of the ball. Rovers not clearing the play of the ball there. conceding the penalty, and just what you said, Joe, discipline was the key, and Rovers' discipline letting them down.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at this game now. We're over 10 minutes in, and we've not had an attack on their line so far in this half. We've not had a full set in their half either. And how do you expect to score tries without being near the try line? I've got no idea, Ben.
Hawks are certainly controlling possession, but that's a good defensive play there by Baldwinson, supported by Tim Spears. And here are the Hawks attacking now, trying to cause problems for Rovers. It's Aaron Lyons now for Hunslet, just inside the 30 now. Lee waits, moves the ball inside to Andy Kane. Kane shows it twice and offloads across the pitch. Through the hands of Brown it goes, and Hunslet now attacking down that left-hand side. A good defence from Rovers on that occasion. As the ball is moved inside, this time it's Callum Casey taking the ball in. Hunslet are on the Rovers 10 here. The hands up, this is the last tackle. Trying down that short side again, it's a kick. A charge down from Rovers. The referee is given a knock on. And he's given head and feet to Hunslet. So Hunslet are going to have the first real attacking chance in an opposition 10 metres. And the way they're playing, Joe, certainly an opportunity for some points.
An opportunity for some points. You look at the dominance Hunslet have had in this game so far, and you think they've got to score here, surely, because no doubt about it, Rovers are going to come back at them with the strength in this team we have. So, for Hunslet, you've had your time, you've had your chances, now it's time to take one of them.
Indeed it is, and here are the Hawks. Rovers defence standing up to them so far. Lee moves the ball out to the left. It's Andy Kane, drops that ball off. But again, Jack Lee attacking, spreads the ball out wide to that left-hand side. But good defence from Rovers to push Vinnie Finnegan into touch. And again, Hunslet don't take the chance they're given. They can't afford to keep blowing these chances.
No, that could prove costly from the Hawks. Great spot from Blackmore. He knew to get up on his opponent, show him the outside, and that he'd be able to force him to touch there. He's got some great leg strength as well, Blackmore, and he showed it again there. So if he shows it blitzing away down the wing to score a try, though.
Indeed, so scrum is down at 10 metres in from touch, 10 metres on the Rovers 10 metre line. And here comes the Rovers attack now, trying to work out from their own 20. A penalty will be very nice, please, Mr. Kendall. Although I haven't seen much of the referee today, which is, I find is better, letting the game flow. Just the one penalty given. Discipline so far pretty good for both sides. Here's Andy Ellison, moves the ball through the hands, it goes. And Rovers now, just short of their own 40. Here goes Lockwood. Ellis again, Rovers attack down this left-hand side. It's kick over the top by Sykes. Taken one bounce and it's picked up by the fullback, Jimmy Watson, who returns that well and is pinned back on his own 20. Again, discipline now the key for Rovers. Here's Richie Barnett in possession. Andy Kane looks to be limping a little bit. As Hunslet make a change, on comes Brad Brennan. And Hunslet now on the 40-metre line. It's Michael Haley who's come off. So Brad Brennan is on now for Michael Haley. That's a kick over the top by the Hawks. Easily enough taken by Hitchcox. And here's the return. That's the sort of return you want. Only one direction in his mind, Joe. Take that ball forward. Get as many yards as you can.
Perfect. I'm so fed up with fullbacks who keep running sideways on the return. You gain so much more ground if you just pin your ears back and plumb straight into that defence. As well with all this passing with the wingers and switching places, you don't risk things like that on the first tackle. You blitz up and you make sure you gain as much ground as possible.
I agree entirely. I don't know if you remember him, but Carl Gibson was a classic candidate to doing that. Always used to pick the ball, 40 metres in front of him, and he'd make 10 metres forward. Anyway, here are the Rovers now inside the Hunslet 40. Paul Wood in possession. As Andy Ellis waits, moves the ball to the left. Here's Sykes again. That's a high kick from Sykes. And Sharp chasing it. Sharp's taken out. Will Sharp is taken out by Richie Barnett. And that's the first penalty for Rovers. And in this tighter game, do you run it or do you take the 2?
Whilst it's been a close game, we've not had a chance to attack Hunslet yet, and we've been making good territory when we've had the ball. So you're on their line, you take the tap and you get on with it. You try and score a try right here, right now. It's a good spot from the referee though there. You could hear Will Sharp calling for the kick. And it was well weighted by Sykes, so we'll see more of that through the season perhaps.
Indeed, and here are Rovers on the charge now. Ellis, through the hands it goes, Irwin. Rovers spreading the ball out to the right-hand side. And Featherstone Rovers are over on the far side. Can't see who it is from here, we're a long way away. Ian Hardman it is, over on that far side for Rovers. Through the hands it went, and what a superb move. And Rovers, the first real attack on the Hawks line. And it's Ian Hardman who's over. A perfect response. Hunslet have had so much pressure in the opening 15 minutes of this match, but not been able to make the pressure count. Rovers' first real attack, and then the ball worked down to the right-hand side. Ian Hardman over in the corner.
There we saw it, that move from wide on the left to wide on the right. Sam Irwin got his hands on the ball and added some real impetus. He stepped up in the line and he put it out round the back. Ian Hardman then 2-on-1 on the outside at Blackmore, but no chance he was giving it to him, and he went over, scores the try. He's been moved out to centre, of course, not getting his usual spot of fullback. A bit miffed with that, but he'll certainly be chuffed to score that try.
Indeed he will. What a start for Rovers. The first real attack that Rovers have had this afternoon. And here's the conversion attempt. I think it's Sykes. The flags go up and the kick is over. It is Paul Sykes. Featherstone Rovers 6. Hunslet Hawks 0. How important, Joe? Hunslet have had a lot of the ball in the opening 15 minutes. How important now they just get the territory, control possession, and let's get some more points on the board.
Absolutely. Every time when you score a try, you've got to follow it up with a completed set. Otherwise, you lose the momentum which you've gained. Rovers finally got in their half and they're able to get over the line, scored a try. That's a 100% record when attacking their line. So we just need to make sure we're down this end of the field. More simple as that.
Easy as that, says Joe. It's not quite as easy as that. Rovers working out now from their own 20. How impressed are you with these lads that are coming in from Leeds? Obviously, we've talked about Baldwinson already this year. Alex Foster as well starting today. They're really making an impact in this Rovers side.
Yeah, I mean, Baldwinson, we've spoken about him before. He's got a great effort. Referee awarding us a penalty there. That's going to help the cause even more. Maybe we can get over again. Foster had a good game at Loch Lane last week, and so deservedly gets a start tonight. There's still perhaps more to see from him, and it's always difficult to gauge from pre-season, but all of them, without a doubt, exciting talents.
So Rovers now inside the Hawks half. Here's Tim Spears, I think. Yeah. Yes, it is Tim Spears. They're an awful long way away from some of these players tonight, so here are Rovers attacking at speed. Irwin out of the back door. This is what we'd like to see. Andy Hay said before the match, it's a big open pitch and Rovers can use that pitch well. Who knows what we can do. Ellis waits again now. Through the hands of Irwin. And Rovers are inside the Hawks 10 now. As Ellis trots into acting halfback. The ball is worked out to the right-hand side. Owen again. It's that move again, and Rovers almost in again down that right-hand channel, but good defence on that occasion. Hunslet trying to play the ball down, the referee not having any of it. And here are Rovers now, so 10 metres out, centre field. Rovers attacking again down that right-hand channel. Maybe it's a weakness that's been identified, I don't know. But the ball has been lost. The referee says it's a turnover. Rovers, have they identified a weakness down the Hunslet left?
Well, you look at it, is it their weakness or is it our strength in terms of we've got Ian Hardman, a very experienced player, not getting at his preferred position of fullback, but out there at centre he can be a real threatening runner, and the pace of Ben Blackmore, difficult for any side to deal with.
Certainly, as Matt James is on the touchline, stripped and waiting to come on. And here are the Hawks in possession. Hunslet and trying to work out of their own 20 as Hunslet make another change as well. On comes Rob Mulhern for the Hawks. As Hunslet work that ball out to the left-hand side, it's James Houston who's come off. So Hunslet have rotated both starting props. 23 minutes on the clock here at Rapid Solicitor Stadium. Featherstone Rovers 6, Hunslet Hawks 0. Hunslet in possession then. That's a great defensive set from Rovers. That kick was taken just outside, a metre outside the Hunslet 20. And great, good play from Chappell there. Juggled the ball but able to offload to Will Sharp. And Sharp moves the ball back in centre field. And here are Rovers again attacking on halfway. What a defensive set though, Joe. That kick was taken a metre outside the Hawks 20.
Yeah, great defensive set and a good return eventually. Had me a bit worried there when Chappell was juggling the ball. Perhaps not the most pleasing of passes to take, but Sharpie, as per usual, gives us the get out of jail free card.
As Paul Wood is on the touchline now for Rovers. He's been replaced by Matt James. Will Sharp does exceptionally well to stay in that field of play there. Tight to the touchline. Here's a kick from Irwin. It's a high one into the night sky. Taken by Rovers. And it is going to be an obstruction. Running behind the player, I think it was Tim Spears. So Rovers conceding a penalty and giving Hunslet a get out of jail free.
Yeah, Hunslet the chance to escape here. We'd followed up our great defensive set, getting forward. We were going to look to pin them back. You look, maybe we just put the grubber in behind rather than this high kick, which leaves them on their 20, even without the penalty. Now they're starting from halfway.
And so here are the Hawks then just short of halfway, and we're trying to work that ball through. Strong defence from Rovers at the moment. Not giving the Hawks a lot of possession. Here's Andy Kane. Tries that step that most of this Rovers team will know so well and alive to it on that occasion. I say most of the Rovers team have got a lot of new players. That looked a bit, Joe, that looked a bit dodgy to me.
Look the tad forward from this angle. Of course, we are very up from the field of play, so I'm not going to comment any further on that.
It's the last tackle now for Hunslet. It's a high kick up from Simon Brown. Hitchcock's not wanting to take it on the full, and as such, I think he has been trapped in goal. But what's the referee giving here? Somebody's in the sin bin.
Is it late shot on the kicker?
Rovers have got a player in the sin bin. Looks like it's Tim Spears who's off. He shakes his head. Paul Sykes asking the question. Not sure what the penalty's for, Joe. A late shot on the kicker after the ball had gone, so Here at Hunslet again, they've got 6 tackles. Can they finally get over? Rovers should know that duck and dive so well. So well. Andy Kane almost doing for Hunslet what he did so much for Rovers. Hunslet now pinned tight to that Rovers line as Jack Lee waits. Will he go himself? Will he move it out? He's moved the ball out. Andy Kane again. Brown. Through the hands that goes. That's good defence. Cracking defence from Featherstone there. Holding the Hawks up. And here are the Hunslet Hawks trying to get over. Are they over? What's he said? He's given a knock on. Oh, for a minute, Joe, I thought Hawks were over then.
Yeah, looking dangerous near our line. A bit of heart in mouth that. While we're a man down though, with Tim Spears in the bin, we need to make sure we hold out here. We don't want the Hawks to draw level, otherwise they suddenly get their spirits up and they're well and truly back in this game.
Certainly are. Still Rovers 6, Hunslet Hawks 0. And Rovers will get this scrum down head and feet on their 10-metre line. That looked a little bit of a head grab, but the referee happy enough with it. Rovers at the moment looking a bit disjointed. Just need to settle things down. They have got the lead. 1 or 2 passes going astray, Joe.
Yeah, just get it to some forwards, take some straight up drives, get ourselves out of here and put a good territorial kick in to finish the set. Calm things down a bit while we're down on numbers.
As Jack Bussey comes on and Jordan Baldwinson goes off.
Yeah.
It's another kick from Sykes. And for the second time this afternoon, Joe, the ball is sent out on the full. This time it's Paul Sykes again. The great pressure from the Hawks on the kick, but Rovers can't afford to keep doing that.
Yeah, kicking it out on the full first, Ellis. Now Sykes. Difficult to blame him, though, on that one, to be fair. No one quite knew what was happening around the back of the ruck. It was very delayed when he got the ball. Had the Hawks right up on him, and so had to take the kick quickly, which put him off. Maybe in that position you put it into open space, but not much time to think at all. Oh, and was Kane going to step through the line there? Certainly he's got more to tell in this game.
Andy Kane certainly dictating things for the Hawks at the moment. In possession now, though, is Aaron Lyons, 10 metres in from the right-hand touchline as Jimmy Watson from acting half-back. Andy Kane drops that ball off to Brad Brennan. And here are the Hawks attacking now on the 10-metre line. It's Rob Mulhern. 5 metres to the right hand of the uprights, and here are the Hawks again now. That's a kick through. It's going to be too deep. Going to be too deep. The ball's run dead. It'll be a tap restart on the 20. A let off for Rovers, perhaps.
Yeah, Hunslet looked to be putting in a more dangerous kick with a better chase than that. You're looking at the kickers they have in the team. Andy Kane with those deft kicks he developed in his later seasons at the Rovers, and Simon Brown, who kicked us to death for Sheffield in the grand final, of course. Now as Ben Blackmore breaks away, he steps inside, but he's got no support and they pull him down. Can we get the quick play though? Here we are, Andy Ellis. He gets through the line, but again, unable to get the ball away.
And a penalty as well. A great attack it was by Blackmore down that right-hand channel, followed up by Andy Ellis. By Hardman it was with the break. Backed up by Andy Ellis, and now the penalty on the back of that. So Rovers then are going to take this tap, and here's Jack Bussey now. So Rovers with 6 tackles inside the Hawks line. The last time they had a full set in here, they scored a try. Can we do it again as Irwin? Sykes. The gap open just for a second. As the ball comes free. The gap open just for a second for Sykes, Joe. But the ball goes to the ground and the chance goes begging.
Yeah, the Hunslet players are dragged. He did the right thing to keep the ball and try and go through the line, but then as he was looking to get it away, the ball comes loose. Rovers now win the penalty. You look at the scoreboard, you punish Hunslet taking the 2? No, I think we take the tap here and try and get over for a try. We're looking dangerous every time we have the ball at this end of the field.
Certainly a let off for Rovers, getting that penalty for, I'm assuming, an incorrect play of the ball. And the tap is taken, and here's Jack Bussey with the charge. Rovers then inside the Hawks 10, centre field. As centre field as you can get. The ball's worked out to left, Lockwood with the pass out the back door. That's good defence from Hunslet. Ellis again, Lockwood. Takes that drive in again, does Lockwood. Irwin shows it twice, gets the ball away to Sykes. Sykes with a step, trying to get over, but good defence from Hunslet. Rovers move the ball back inside again field. Irwin drops that ball off. That's a good tackle on Matt James. There's a kick through. What's he said here, the referee, then? What's the referee giving there?
On over the line.
A knock on over the line. So the chance was there. It's a quick tap from Hunslet. If the pass had got away, I think Hunslet might have had a walk in. Hunslet in one tackle have got to halfway. Here's Andy Kane. Moves the ball outside. That's a shocker. An absolute shocker, Joe. From one end of the field to the other. Take your time, draw a breath. Joe, that passage of play.
Well, Rovers nearly scored, but knock on over the line. Hunslet take the tap quickly and they're able to race away. Blimey, real out-in-mouth stuff here, but then when they've got their tails up, Caney's pass just wasn't fitting enough. Couldn't get them away down the outside. Referee awards first knock on. We've got the ball back. Bit of composure, please, lads.
Hunslet with no fullback. We've talked about this on many an occasion. Never seems to happen though, so I just want to see that happen once.
We're a man down, keep the ball.
Here's Jack Bussey now. Bussey's running that ball in hard at prop. And here goes Andy Ellis again. That's a good 10 metres made. And Bussey that's in half back as well. Lockwood now. Gets that ball away again. Ellis. Rovers moving that ball superbly at the moment. And that's a great drive. Ellis. Irwin again. That's a good step inside and an offload for Irwin. Oh, it's an intercept. It's an intercept for the Hawks. And I think we are going to catch him. Well, I think it may well have been Andy Kane. It was Andy Kane. How he'd love a try today. And the Hawks are over. It was an intercept from Andy Kane. He's done it he's given away enough intercepts in his time at Rovers. Today Rovers have given Andy Kane one. Running fully 80 metres. One play of the ball. And it was Callum Casey who was over for the Hawks. Featherstone Rovers 6. Hunslet Hawks 4.
Unbelievable how we let Caney get away there. He could see that interception was available from a mile off. He sprinted onto it and they raced downfield. Had Ben Blackmore thinking he was flagging towards the end of his run, then sprinted away once again to gain that extra 20 metres. Hunslet get a quick play and they're able to beat us down our left when men have been tracking back to make the tackle. Unbelievable how many years have some of these players played with Andy Kane and they're still not wise to his tricks. Now they've got a chance to level the score. We expected something special for the first game of the season. These players are certainly delivering it. Hunslet Hawks again is a real challenge now. It's up to us to show our class and show that we can get that top 4 spot to be in that middle 8. Because Rugby League New Era, what is it, Ben?
It's a new era indeed.
Every minute matters.
Every minute matters.
Well, Bozzy going off the space.
As Andy Bostock has come on for Rovers. Tim Spears in the sin bin has stayed off the field, and Andy Bostock's come on in his place. So Spears off and Andy Bostock on. First chance we're going to get to see. I mean, Andy Bostock had a run out last week at Lock Lane, but first chance to get to see him this season in championship action, Joe.
Yeah, Bozzy last week, phenomenal. I don't think he took in a single ball without managing to get an offload away. We'll be hoping for some of the same tonight because when not in broken play, Hunslet are performing well. They're getting a penalty to gain some more field position. Without a doubt, they've had the run of the green in this half, so we'll be looking to get some things go our way in the second, get the bounce of the ball, and surely proving a tough task tonight.
Certainly a lot tougher than a lot of people expected, I think. There's an offload from the Hawks. It was a loose offload, not quite expected. Bostock there in the tackle, the unmistakable size of Andy Bostock in the tackle there. Here are the Hawks then attacking down the left. They're just short of the Rovers 20. Jack Lee's had a good stint for the Hawks this afternoon. And here's Mulhern. And another penalty.
Bench shouting for two.
The call has come from the Hunslet bench to take the two. And that's what they're going to do. Must be getting close to half time. I can't see the clock from where we are. It's smack bang in front of us on the wall.
About 38 minutes.
I'll now watch. There's 2 minutes left to half time. As things stand, Rovers could be going in behind at half time. We're going to see Remy Marginet in a moment. And here is the change as Remy Marginet is ready to come on now. I think it's Andy Ellis coming off. Not sure how they'll work that one. Irwin possibly in a hooker or Bussy, says Joe. And Marginet at half. Interesting to see where he fits in, but Hunslet are going to take the two. The kick is successful. So Hunslet take the lead here at the Rapid Solicitor Stadium. Featherstone Rovers 6, Hunslet Hawks 8.
Well, who predicted that one? We thought we'd be in for a tough game, as Hunslet are certainly no mugs with the acquisitions they've made in close season, but perhaps didn't expect it to be this tight and didn't want to be down going into the break, certainly. Be interesting to see how the players slot in now, as we've got 4 possible hookers in the squad tonight. We've got Marginet, Bussy, Ellis, Irwin, all of them capable of playing in that position. Perhaps Mark Kirkby, Rovers statistician, can tell us if there's ever been a time where we've had more possible hookers on the field. Don't make a joke.
Certainly not that. Certainly not to my knowledge, and Joe's asking me not to make a joke there, so I won't. Here are the Hawks though. Shots in their own 20. Rovers need to keep the Hawks here, and they could really do with some points before half time. Hunslet though, attacking down their left-hand channel. Down the Rovers' right. Up to their own 30 now, Hunslet. Good defence from Rovers. 3 in the tackle. Jack Bussy, one of them. Hunslet fans in good voice away to our left, mixed in with the Rovers fans. There's a kick from the Hawks, so well inside the 40, but it was more centre field. So Will Sharp is able to pick that up and retrieve it. And Will Sharp takes that forward. Makes about 10 metres. Rovers then will be starting inside their own 20. How Rovers could do with a penalty right about now, please, Mr. Kendall. And here come Rovers and attacking centre field. Just short of halfway now. This is the 4th tackle. Irwin. Ball is moved to the left. That's going to be the last, says the referee. Rovers 5 metres inside the Hawks half. It's Marchinet's kick. It's a good angle kick. It's turning Barnett around. Slow to pick that up, Barnett, allowing the Rovers chase to get up there. It is a good chase as well. And now Rovers need a big defensive set to keep the Hawks here. As Hunslet trying to work out from their own 20. Jack Lee waits. He'll move the ball inside. Brown drops that pass off. And here's going to be the kick. Again, it's inside the 40. Not got the angle on it. That's a good take there from Hitchcock, who returns it. Going across to try and get away from the Hawks. He gets the offload away. Chappell shrugs off one and moves the ball away from Sharp, who danced away from one Hawk player like he wasn't even there. There is the half-time hooter. This is going to be the last tackle. Chappell gets a crossfield kick in. Oh, it said bombed it. It's going to be a knock-on, but it is going to be half-time. Not the first half many Rovers fans wanted or expected. Started off well for Rovers. A try from Ian Hardman after 18 minutes. Converted by converted by Sykes. Callum Casey then got over for the Hawks. That was converted by Brown then. A couple of minutes before half-time. Brown with a penalty goal over. Hunslet have the lead, Joe. Been a bit of a war of attrition so far in this match. Joe, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, first half definitely didn't go how we'd have liked. Much tighter encounter. The Hawks with more of the territory, certainly, perhaps more of the possession too. We came more into it as the half went on, and when we had the ball deep into their territory, we certainly looked dangerous. So I think if we get the run of the green, if we find ourselves in attacking areas a lot in the second half, we've certainly got this game in the bag. We can certainly go on to win this. But if this goes the same way as the first, if Hunslet dominate both territory and possession, then I don't see a way we can.
Thoughts on the new players coming in? Obviously, Jai Hitchcock's at fullback. Had one good return at early doors that we saw, but he's been relatively quiet. Not seen much of him.
Yeah, Hitchcock's just been taking the ball well, and he's been making some good returns. Perhaps would have liked him to take the high ball which went in behind the line. If he'd have taken that on the full, we'd have got a tap on the 20. Instead, he was able to be tackled behind the line. However, then there was a penalty given because Spears made a late shot on the kicker. Other than that, he's been making promising returns. It's a far more confident performance than we saw from him last week at Loch Lane. Perhaps Nathan Chappell's not thinking the same for a couple of passes he received from him, though.
And it's a half-time here at the Rapid Solicitors Stadium in Wakefield. A home game for the Rovers. Not going quite the way Rovers will have wanted. Featherstone Rovers 6, Hunslet Hawks 8. Welcome back to the second half here at the Rapid Solicitors Stadium. Just down the road at Wakefield. Featherstone Rovers 6, Featherstone Rovers 6, Hunslet Hawks 8. It's your Andy Hay at half time, Joe. What do you say?
Well, I wouldn't be worrying, to be honest, because Hunslet Hawks might have changed their kit, but they're looking a little smaller than the first half. No, alas, they aren't the opposition we'll be facing in the second half. You've got to be doing the nutty, Andy Hay, surely. Discipline's been poor from the Rovers. We've been letting them come up field far too easy, and we've not kept hold of the ball for long enough. If you have more of the ball, you can score more tries. Simple as that.
Rovers certainly need to step up the intensity as well. Hunslet, on the other hand, I'm sure they were very happy with this, Joe, at half time.
Yeah, you've got to be chuffed from a Hunslet point of view. Maybe they'd have got over the line a few times, tried to build themselves a cushion because they're in for an onslaught in this half. Well, you've got to hope anyway.
Yeah, the Hawks, I think James Houston might be back on for Hunslet. Trying to take that first drive in, but good defence from Andy Bostock. That's the two smaller ones were into Andy Bostock and Matt James tackling you. That'll be painful to say the least. But here are Hunslet. Still trapped inside their own 20. Just outside now, but again, this is better defence than Rovers. The key to the second half for Rovers, surely, Joe, discipline.
Yeah, discipline means no penalties, and it means you keep them at this end of the field. This is where we want the rugby to be played.
Indeed, here are the Hawks. Brown drops that pass off. That's going to be the last tackle now. It's a better defensive set for Rovers to pen them back. It's a kick over the top from the Hawks. Hitchcock takes that and runs forward. That's another good return from Hitchcock. Making a good 10-15 metres there. Only one direction is run, so that's what Rovers wants. And here come Rovers now. That's a better I was about to say it's a better tackle, but it started off okay, but ended up being a bit of a dodgy tackle, and Rovers had the penalty. I can imagine Barry Eaton won't be too happy with that on the second tackle, just inside the Hawks half. And now Rovers are going to get good yards on this penalty, and the first real attacking chance of the second half.
Yeah, certainly not what we want to see there. Lifting Ben Blackmore above the horizontal. It's an easy penalty for the referee to give. Now as Andy Bostock takes the ball in and gets us just 20 metres out from this Hawks line.
Indeed, and here come Rovers on the charge. I can see the more urgency as Rovers are going forward. That's what Rovers fans want to see. Marginet drops the ball off to Matt James. Marginet orchestrating things. Ball's gone the other way though through Wood. Sorry, Paul Sykes. It was not Paul Wood, my apologies. Irwin goes down the short side. Rovers held up metres short. Sykes with a kick through. The chase is on and Rovers are over. It's Jack Bussey who's over the first attacking set for Rovers at the start of the second half. It was a good return. A penalty just inside the Rovers half for taking a player beyond the horizontal. 4 tackles in, a kick through it was. Jack Bussey able to pounce on it, and just what Rovers will have wanted. A cracking start to the second half. Featherstone Rovers 10, Hunslet Hawks 8.
It's exactly what you want to see there. The little grubber kick through on the final tackle, and Bussey's able to get over, beat all the Hunslet players to the ball. We've got ourselves a try, and we're back ahead and controlling this game. Can't ask for any more of that, more the same, please.
Yes, please. And it looks like Paul Sykes is going to be taking the conversion attempt in discussion with the referee at the moment. Still asking the referee a question about something. Sykes obviously not happy with something in that last set. Now the conversion attempt is going to be taking the ball, placed 11 metres out. Appreciative applause from the Rovers fans behind the sticks. as Rovers retake the positions. And here's Paul Sykes, he's going to be taking the conversion now. Straight between the uprights, that's no problem. So Rovers first blood in the second half. Featherstone Rovers 12, Hunslet Hawks 8.
Here we are now, we've got control of the game. We've got the Hawks kicking to us. Let's just keep ball in hand, Ben.
That's the key now. Again, it's discipline, not just in terms of penalties. It's in the way that we control the ball. That's a superb kickoff from the Hawks. You've got to give them credit. They have got that ball back from the kickoff. Rovers' positioning from the kickoff was dubious, shall we say. But Hunslet then, with a chance certainly to get hit straight back. 3 meters short now. And a penalty as well.
Not what we're wanting to see here. They've got an entire set now on our line. Can we hold out?
Here are the Hawks then, 5 meters out, just to the right of the uprights. Andy Kane with a drop-off pass, but good defence from Rovers. Here are the Hawks now. Tight to the Rovers line, but so far Rovers goal line defence is holding out. Brown drops that pass off. Hunslet have got men stretched out wide as far as the touchline, but seem to keep bringing the ball back to the same place. Attacking down that short side now with Danny Morn. Brown with a dink through. It's taken and Hawks are over. It's Liam McKay who's over for Hunslet. Hunslet have hit straight back. Just what the Rovers did not want. A short kickoff from Hunslet. A terrible kickoff from a Rovers point of view. Hunslet got the ball, able to work and move the ball out to the left. Had a good line set out to the right. Chose to take 3 or 4 tries down the short side. And then Liam McKay able to barge over. Featherstone Rovers 12. Hunslet Hawks 12.
Not the response you want. I mean, it was a great defensive effort to hold them out to the last, but then the Grubbers behind it. You've got to be more alert to it than that. Hunslet level it, and now undoubtedly they're going to take the lead again with this conversion. Not what we wanted to see here. This game's going to go down to the wire, I fear.
Disappointing from the kickoff as well, Joe. Poor positioning on not reacting to the short kickoff, which allowed the Hawks to get possession in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. Here was me thinking without Andy Kane in the team that we might not struggle for kickoffs anymore. Alas, not. That issue hasn't left us, and Hunslet Hawks now do take the lead with that conversion from Simon Brown.
Indeed so. Featherstone Rovers 12, Hunslet Hawks 14. It's a humdinger of a match, that's for sure. Pardon?
Humdinger, they make nuts.
According to Joe, humdinger make nuts. And so, get more from Joe on that in a minute. Here are the Hawks now from that kickoff. And here's James Houston again. So Rovers with it all to do again. Start the second half at 2 points behind. Score a superb try. And then from the first set after the kickoff, conceding a try. That's won't please Andy Hay at all, Joe.
No, we've said this before. It's all about how you follow up. And oh no, it's all kicking off now. The officials are in there, but unable to split this up as of yet. At the play of the ball. Things starting to simmer down now. We're all right, the players are split up. Not sure exactly what went off there. We're quite a way away, but time's been taken off finally now. The referee talks to the touch judge, yet to give a decision.
He is calling a Rovers player out. I think it's Will Sharp.
Yeah,
Sykes calling the captain over. And it was Sykes who actually committed the offence as well. So penalty goes to the Hawks. And so Hunslet will start on halfway. Jack Lee takes a tap, moves that ball inside. Through the hands it goes now. Hunslet moving the ball across the field well from one side to the other. But good defence in the end from Rovers. Matt James in the tackle. Here goes Houston, straight at Matt James. Could hear that hit from here. Hunslet attacking down this Rovers left-hand side. And here's Callum Casey, scored of a try in the first half for the Hawks. Jack Lee, Brown, Kane. Tries to spin out the tackle, something Rovers has done so many times for Rovers. Jack Bussey alert to that one. Andy Kane hitting out a bit. Blackmore chases that one down, picks it up, and is able to stay in the field of play. That one could have been allowed to run, Joe, but instead Rovers now starting on their own try line.
Yeah, nice there from Blackmore. Should have let the ball go. You have got to swim on your 10 then, but you don't want to be pinned back in the corner. Now 3 tackles into this set and we're still pinned back in our own 10. Finally breaking out now though, as Jack Bussey takes the ball up well.
How Rovers would love a penalty right about now, please, referee. That's a good break. Sam Irwin, that's a great run. Referee happy enough with what went on there. And Rovers, thanks to Sam Irwin, are over halfway, but they have got a player down in back play. I think it's Jack Bussey. A kick over the top. Picked up by Barnett, who passes inside. That always worries me when I see a winger do that in their own 10-metre line. Barnett again now. Jack Bussey in trouble away to our left, and the signal is from the bench an interchange. So we're going to lose Jack Bussey, Joe.
Yeah, Jack Bussey limping off the field now by the looks of it. Really instrumental in getting us out of a half and ensuring that that's it. Finished well for the Rovers. He gave that quick play of the ball for Sam Irwin to break us away. And without that, we'd be in serious trouble now, leaving the field. But Paul Wood comes back onto the field. He'll certainly shore up this Rovers defence now as Simon Brown puts a kick in the air. It's well taken from Jai Hitchcock's now as he looks to return. It's a good fend and he works away to this left side. Wins some open space now. Can he get the ball away to Sharp? No, we tackled on our 30.
What a return from Hitchcock's, Joe. Fended off 2 Hawks players. It was a lateral return, but he managed to get 10 metres forward as well. And here are Rovers now, just short of halfway. That's a great offload. What an offload that was. Oh, my word. Here come Rovers now. Wood sees a gap and goes for it. Wood gets Rovers into 20. This is better. Wood with the play of the ball now. Through the hands it goes. Bostock for the gap. The ball's come loose. Groans from the stand on the far side. But what a chance and what a break for Rovers.
Yeah, we turned what looked like it was going to be another defensive set. From an attacking point of view, we were going to have to eke our way out of a half. It was a great return from Hitchcock's, and then that offload from Andy Bostock was simply inspired to get us away and down the other end of the field. Unfortunately, it didn't come off for him once in the attacking area. Couldn't get the ball away. It's a knock-on, but Hunslet are deep in their territory now, and if we pin them back, we can spring an attack.
Indeed, and Rovers, in fact, have got the ball. Hunslet turned it over. I didn't see what happened, but Andy Bostock in possession. A one-on-one steal. Just what Rovers wanted, and now a great chance. The ball's worked out to the left. That's good defence from the Hawks. Good pushing up from the Hawks in defence there. Rovers lose a bit of momentum, but here's Wood now. Here's Rovers attacking down the right channel. Joe not happy. There's nobody there behind the play of the ball. That's a kick through for Blackmore. Ben Blackmore is over for Rovers. What a try that was. A loose play of the ball, the chance. Rovers played the ball to nobody. It was picked up and a kick through, I think by Sykes. Ben Blackmore able to get on it, able to get round the opposition winger and get that ball down. Rovers get the noses back in front. It's topsy-turvy. And Featherstone Rovers stretch the lead out again, and I'm losing track. Featherstone Rovers 16, Hunslet Hawks 14.
Well, this game certainly has a real to and fro to it. Rovers now taking the lead once again. Can we extend it with the conversion? We're yet to see. But yeah, oh, I was blowing a fuse there when that play of the ball was to no one, but we put the grubber away, and Hunslet certainly weren't ready for that as Ben Blackmore goes steaming onto it, and he's got all the time in the world to put it down. This game, I tell you what, if it keeps on going like this, if one of these sides doesn't, you know, grab it by the throat and make sure they keep control of it, then I don't know what's going to be left of me by the end of it.
Certainly not a game for someone with a dodgy ticker, is it, Joe?
No, not on a cold night, that's for sure.
Here is the conversion attempt then from Sykes as Rovers take up positions. What it needs now is for Rovers to first of all kick the goal and then to consolidate. Get a solid set defensive setting, get the ball back. And here's the conversion. It's gone across the face, so it's still a 2-point ball game, anybody's game. Oh, this is too tight for words. Featherstone Rovers 16, Hunslet Hawks 14.
25 minutes to go now. We said this would go down to the wire. Now what are you looking for? Personally, I'd be happy if we just catch the ball from this kickoff. Sam Irwin replaced himself now, so he's in the centre of that field. He can race away to any ball that goes up in the air. But that one straight down at Marganet. He's unable to take it. Marganet also capable of playing at fullback, of course, but not showing his credentials there, that's for certain.
Oh, what are Featherstone Rovers trying to do to these poor fans? Dear me. Almost conceding possession again from the kickoff. That's a good drive from Paul Wood. What a drive, just what you want to see. Irwin moves that ball inside now. Baldwinson's back on as well. It's the two big men up front again, just what Rovers need. Irwin trying to scoot away. Here's the last tackle now. It's a kick over the top there for Sharp to chase. And the ball finds touch with scrum down, head and feed to the Hawks.
Yeah, here we are now. 3 props on the field. That's showing what this game's going to be like now. We're going to make sure we're controlling the territorial battles. We're showing things up down the middle of the field. Because this game's been far too tight and far too close for comfort, that's for sure. Just needs some stability.
I think it's safe to say the next score is massive, Joe. If Rovers can get a 2-score lead, I think you'll find that Rovers can pull away. But Hunslet just won't go away, will they?
No, Hunslet's certainly been a real pest tonight. They're not giving in. They know first game of the season, they need to lay down a marker here. They've been made people's favourites for relegation. I said mine are the 2 Cumbrian clubs, but certainly they're not out of the woods. And they need to make sure that they show that they're capable of competing in this division. What a better scalp than Featherstone Rovers in the first game of the season.
Indeed, and the Hawks are certainly matching the Rovers at the moment. Hawks are in possession just inside their own 40 now. Brown acting halfback, moves the ball inside to Callum Casey. On their own 40 now, Hunslet. So it's the last tackle. Here's Simon Brown. It's a high kick. Gone for the 40-20 perhaps, but too central. Will Sharp able to pick that up, and here's the return. Will Sharp running forward now. That's a good return from Sharp, but also a good chase from the Hawks. Here's Irwin now, trying to get away from acting halfback. Stopped though by James Houston. As Mick Haley and Brad Brennan are coming on for the Hawks. Rovers in possession now. Just short of halfway. Rovers work it down that left-hand side. Tackle 4, I think. Here's Wood again. He's got a great step as Paul Wood for such a big player. He's got a great step, and here goes Will Sharp. The ball's come free. The frustration of Sharp kicking the ball away. But Paul Wood there, he might be a prop forward, but he's got a great step on him, Joe.
Yeah, some real twinkle toes there from Paul Wood. Not what you expect from a big man, but certainly something you saw in his younger days and something we're seeing here for the Rovers. We'll have to see more of that as the season develops, but right now I'd settle for him checking out a couple of these Hunslet players as they're now on the attack with the ball from this scrum.
Yet again, another mistake from Rovers, conceding possession. Just trying to listen to the announcement and see what's been announced. Look to Joe and Ladders, I've got a clue what's just been said, and here are the Hawks in possession. On their own 40. Rovers been a lot better defensively in this second half. They had the one try which was disappointing. And here are the Hawks attacking down the right-hand channel now. Andy Kane with a hospital pass out, and the player receiving it had 3 men on his back as he took the pass. Not able to do much more with it. Andy Kane drops that pass off, and Hawks are just short of halfway on the last. Here's Kane again. That's a charge down. So that's going to wipe the tackle count clean, and here's Richie Barnett. Close to the tight to the touchline, but just able to stay in the field of play. Good defensive set, and Rovers penning them back.
Yeah, pinning them back, but getting the charge down and then not claiming the ball for yourselves means we're under pressure again late into this half. It's not what we want to be doing. We want the ball in hand at the moment.
Still Featherstone Rovers 16, Hunslet Hawks 14, so Rovers have still got the lead. 2 points on offer, of course, this season. The bonus point's gone, which a lot of fans mixed feelings about. There's a kick through from the Hawks, finding touch. Just took its time. It's gone dead in the 10-metre area. So we're scrum down head and feet to Rovers on their own 10-metre line. Hunslet done a good job penning Rovers back.
Yeah, they know what this game's going to be all about. They know it's a 2-point ball game. If they can make it like that going into the final 10 minutes, then they've certainly got a chance. All it takes is a penalty in front of the six after all. We know the Hawks will be the team who will be more happy with the draw out of this.
Of course, a draw would be 1 point for both for Featherstone and Hunslet. Rovers won't want to draw. This is a match from a Rovers point of view that Rovers will desperately want to win. When you've got, Doncaster away on Sunday, then Bradford, Halifax and Leigh to follow as well. So not an easy start for Rovers after today.
No, you don't win today, and you're looking at the fixtures coming up. We say there's no easy fixtures in this league, but certainly no easy ones coming on at the moment. But there we are with the knock on. Hunslet with the ball now deep into our territory late in this game. The lead's only 2 points. We're vulnerable here.
Just actually looking worried, stood at the side of here, freezing cold as well.
Cold, yeah.
Hunslet though in possession. They've got possession just about 35 metres out from the Rovers line. Referee making sure that Rovers are back. And here are the Hawks now then, with Jimmy Watson. Brown drops that ball off to Danny Morn. And a penalty for Rovers for obstruction. Running around the back of his own man. Hunslet, if they want to win this game, can't afford to bomb chances like that one.
No, obstruction been given a far more commonsensical approach this year, but that was plumber's day for the referee to give that one. Many in the way of the defenders, he's still got to give it. And so now we are with the ball in the Hunslet half. Chance to put this game to bed with a try.
Said it about 5 minutes ago, I'll say it again. Next score is massive. Rovers can get the next score, then it gives us the 8-point lead with a conversion if it is. Here's Paul Wood. What a hit on Paul Wood. Brad Brennan involved in that tackle there. And here are Rovers then. Referee happy that was across the shoulder. Fans on the far side, I don't think they quite agree with that one. Baldwinson getting involved in that play there. Rovers attacking down the right now. Step inside. Blackmore waits, attacked in half back. He moves the ball inside. Sights. Through the hands it goes. Bostock for the gap. He's a big unit, Andy Bostock. If you give him a gap like that 5 metres out, he'll hit it well. There's the kick. It's going to be too deep. One might argue that'll do for Rovers. Rovers very slow to retreat back to the defensive positions there, Joe. Hunslet trying to take advantage.
Yeah, Remy Marginet there. Only here on a month's trial, of course. Not the kick we want in behind the defence. Far too much on it. We want to be at least making sure it's weighted soft enough so they have to play out from deep in their half. If we're not forcing a repeat set, then after that he doesn't respond right. He's got his head down. He's not rushing back to be part of the defensive line. That causes a gap. He's going to have to do something to redeem himself in my eyes now.
Certainly not what you want to say, especially when you're on trial. Here are the Hawks just inside the Rovers half. Rovers still have a 2-point lead. It's a step from Andy Kane. That's all on. The ball came off Rovers. It is now going to be the turnover. It was the offload from Andy Kane, came off the head of Bostock, went back towards the Rovers line. And so they're picked back up by the Hawks, so the referee said play on. We're going to see the return of Matty James. And it's going to be Andy Bostock coming off. Had a good stint, Bostock, and Matty James coming back on.
Yeah, Bozzy's starting to tire a bit now, but without a doubt, he's run it in well tonight. He's got his offloads away again and been dangerous. As we see the step in now from Paul Wood again, and a great offload to get us away. Now entering the Hunslet half. See what we can do here, see if we can come away with the try. Paul Wood taking it to the line again. Showing his abilities ball in hand tonight, Paul Wood, as he's done in the past couple of weeks.
It certainly is. It's a big unit, is Paul Wood, when he got in United, but a lot of forwards with that sort of size, you think back to Keegan Hurst, he'd run the ball in and just try and use his brute power. Paul Wood's got a step on him as well, which Rovers fans, I think, are going to be looking for. Seeing a good kick there from Rovers, but a good take by the Hawks. Rovers still have the 2-point lead. And here's Richie Barnett held up in his own 20-metre area. Rovers need to keep the discipline. And Rovers, if they can pin the Hawks back here, a kick and Rovers can be starting inside their own half. Who knows what could happen. Here are the Hawks again, they're trying to escape. As Brad Brennan comes off. Not sure who's come on. Sorry?
No.
That's a kick from Brown. It's taken easily enough by Hitchcock. And another great return. Oh, struck them off. Oh, Joe. What a run from Jai Hitchcock. It's the first time I've seen him, Joe, and I can tell you now, he is going to be a crowd favourite down at the Rovers this year.
Certainly, he's got a good return on him, and it looks like we're going to earn a penalty now. Temper's getting a bit riled here at Bellevue. We said this game would go down to the wire. We said this second half would be a cracker, and it's certainly proving to be one.
Indeed it is. The kick from Sykes to find touch. If Rovers can just get another score, just to stretch that lead out. Chappell will take this tap. And there's the first drive in from Rovers. They're in the 20 now. Sykes through the hands of Marsh, and there it goes. Marching again. That was a bit of a high pass. Probably not appreciated there by Rovers. Come to the right again. Centre field, drive for the line. And Rovers over. Oh, inches short. Inches in it. Erwin moves the ball out to the left. Sykes with a step. Oh, Sykes, what a try. That is absolute first-class quality. Drove the ball in as tight to the touchline as you can get under the sticks. A pass out from Erwin. Sykes, the first receiver. Danced inside one, outside another. Able to get the ball down. That is real quality. And Featherstone Rovers have got that lead stretched out. We're inside the last 10 minutes. Featherstone Rovers 20, Hunslet Hawks 14. Joe, a try of real quality there.
Paul Sykes there. This ground, of course, familiar to him. And many a good game here for Wakefield. And how important was that try? That's just calm things down a bit now. Put us clear ahead now he can with this conversion. Very important conversion, of course, because it means there's 2 scores in it if he makes it. So now needs to add the extras to his own try. But yeah, lovely little shimmy and then dives over the line. And we can breathe.
He's got to kick it yet. It's been one of those games. It's certainly not been as easy a game as many Rovers fans will have expected. But Paul Sykes there, I think that's possibly the game breaker, especially if he kicks it. Between the uprights it goes, the flags go up. The first time in the whole match, I think there has been an 8-point lead. Featherstone Rovers 22, Hunslet Hawks 14. Joe, discipline.
Without a doubt now. Just over 5 minutes to go. We need to claim this ball this time on the full from the kickoff. Return it well, complete a set, put in a good kick. We only asked for the simple things, but the Rovers let it bounce again. It's well claimed, though.
Joe with his heart in his mouth there, but Rovers did claim that one. And now Rovers, all it needs to be now is just simple, straightforward rugby. Matt James there. Nothing fancy, no off. Oh, dear me. Oh, I don't know what Rovers are trying to do to us, folks. But this has certainly been a game and a half as this. Rovers have been in a real battle here this afternoon, Joe.
Yeah, we'll certainly come out of this game knowing we've had a real wake-up call. This is going to be a difficult division this year. It's a good long kick there from Marganet, and we've got quite a chase on now. It's probably about no once the players have picked it up. Now they have, and they're bringing it down this left side. Great chase there from the Rovers to pin the Hawks back in their 20.
Rovers don't want to concede penalties now. Hunslet have got to go the length of the field. Danny Morn in possession. As Hunslet are making another change. Back comes James Houston again. I think this is his 3rd stint this afternoon, James Houston. Or this evening, should I say. Here are the Hawks now. 35 metres out centre field. It's the last tackle. It's a dink over the top from Brown. What's the chase like? It's good. But whoa! Talk about reading the play well, Joe. What a pickle by Jai Hitchcock. Because Simon Brown was chasing that one down.
Yeah, definite little chip over the top from the Hawks, and now we're bringing it forward well. We're just on the 30. It was a great claim, like an old-fashioned sweeper there from Marginet. He dropped back just behind the line, there for the little chip over the top. He knew it was the last tackle. It wasn't coming down his side, so he could afford to do that. Here we are now, bringing it within their 10.
Baldwinson with a fantastic drive. Rovers 5 metres out, centre field, work the ball to the left. It's a dink over the top. Oh, Will Sharp just couldn't get that ball down. It's forced to drop out, but not dead by the Hawks. Will Sharp inches away, Joe, from his first of the season. Rovers top try scorer and player of the year last year. They won't have it as easy this time round.
No, he certainly won't. Plenty of competition this year, but a little kick in behind, and you wouldn't want anyone other than Will Sharp to be chasing it. Hawks know how dangerous he can be, so put it away. Unable to take the ball then from the kickoff again, Marginet, but gets it on the bounce and gives it into Baldwinson, who crashes in. Really impressed by Baldwinson yet again today.
It's looked so impressive. 1,836 here at Rovers. So that's a pretty good attendance for a Monday night here at the Rapid Solicitors Stadium. What an attendance. That's got to be encouraging for a Monday night match against a team like Hunslet. That's got to be good for the Rovers, surely. And here are Rovers, our centre field. I'll come to Joe on that one in a minute. Rovers 10 metres out centre field. Is it worth a drop goal? No, work it to the right. A dink over the top. The ball's not dead. It's going to be another dropout. So Rovers going to get another set. A great attendance for Rovers on a Monday night, though, at a neutral ground, Joe.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, people have had to travel over to Wakefield. A lot of people talking about not spending money behind the bar because you're putting it into coffers of other clubs. But you're putting it into the sport of rugby league as well. Now with the repeat set, though, why couldn't we play like this early in the heart? But we've certainly had some entertainment because of it. And now Baldwinson takes it in again.
And here are Rovers now back in the 20 already. 2 tackles in. It's Paul Wood. He's had a big game as well. Showed a lot of good steps, Wood. Irwin moves the ball to the left. Sykes. Oh, that's beautiful inside pass from Sykes. And what a tackle that was. It was a try saver. But our Rovers over. They're going to be held up. Rovers hammering at this Hunslet door, looking to kill this game off. This is the 3rd set on the Hawks line in a row. Surely Rovers can make this pressure count. Sykes with a pass out the back door, spread out wide to Blackmore. It's over. No. A tap on the 20. Touching goal, so Hunslet survive. And I'll say something, Joe, that's great defence from Hunslet.
Yeah, certainly was. To be able to roll him over in the corner there, not letting him get the ball down. Great defence. You've got to be chuffed with that as a Hunslet player. But now they've got 2 scores. 2 scores needed by the Hawks. They've defended repeat sets, but you're not going to get a score by playing like that. Jack Lee knocks on at the base of the ruck, and I think that's the game, folks.
Could well be. Barry Eaton not happy. He's making his way back down to the touchline now. Rovers are going to get scrum down, head and feed on the Hawks 40. Is it worth a 1-pointer, maybe?
30 seconds left. No, 2 scores in it.
2 scores in it. 24-16, is it? 22-14. 22-14, so 2 scores in it.
Hey.
And here are Rovers attacking down that left channel. Will Sharp almost away again. Here's Lockwood now. As the cries of Andy Hayes behind me ring out away to our left. Rovers are in the 20. Joe, it's been a rough and tough, exciting match and very different to the Lee Bradford match. The standout performances of the day.
Standout performance of the day. Just as we take it down the left here, it's the grubber in behind again, but we're unable to come away with it this time.
Wipes
the tackle count. Rovers come away with the ball. Hunslet are defending well here. You've got to pay some credit to them. Now we're really hammering at the line, but yeah, you look at the players. Sam Irwin really added to some spice to what was otherwise a real chicken korma of a performance in the first half from the Rovers, to use a curry analogy. Now as we bring it down the right, Chucks plays it out, but
how is that a knock on?
Knock on there from the Rovers, awarded from the referee. So now Hunslet finally come away with the ball. Yeah, Jack Hitchcock has been returning the ball well, and we've had some great play down the middle, both in attack and defence from Twinkle Toes, Paul Wood. But because returning the ball sideways is a real pet hate of mine, and because of his fantastic defence and handoffs, Jack Hitchcock sets my man of the match.
Can't argue with that one. It's really added something to his team at fullback, and it's certainly going to bring something over the course of the year. And I think if Hardman's going to get a game now, it's argument because Hitchcock is injured or he's going to be playing in the centre. I think he's going to have to get used to that.
You say that, but of course we've got James Van Dijk to return to the squad from injury. He's capable both out at centre, on the wing, in at standoff, or he can go back at fullback, and he links up into the line so well with the use of his hands. Perhaps Hitchcock could be worked out well in the centre as well.
Blackmore's over! Blackmore's over!
And he's over! On the right side, the top of quite a performance in the second half from the Rovers.
A mistake from the Hunslet Hawks it was. Knocking the ball on. Barry Eaton on the touchline, looks to the floor. Not happy at all. Rovers, Ben Blackmore able to pick that ball up from the Hawks mistake. Had a clear line for his second of the afternoon. Ben Blackmore, and that's a match definitely now for Rovers. I need to look at my piece of paper. It's Featherstone Rovers 26, Hunslet Hawks 14.
Ben Blackmore there, completed his race. He's had a good performance, done everything asked of him in this half. Kept the ball in, been very effective defensively. And here we are now, Remy Marganet lining up for this final conversion. Interesting, not sure whether that's an injury to Paul Sykes or whether
he's kicked it.
Field,
what a kick.
That one between the uprights, cool as you like from Remy Marganet. So it appears we've got a choice with the boot after the tries. Be interesting to see who takes them in future.
And then you've got, I don't know, then you've got Gareth Moore as well in the squad who can kick some goals as well. And Will Sharp, as we saw a couple of times last year as well. Rovers have a 28 points to 14 lead. Once again a mistake from a kickoff. It's retrieved though by Andy Bostock. Rovers, Joe, need to sort these kickoffs out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. First training session this week. That's immediately what they'll be doing. They'll be facing some unopposed kickoffs, and they'll catch them on the full. Early in the season, though, you're bound to have these kind of teething problems. There have been some testing kickoffs from the Hawks, but there we are, folks. Full time. Great performance in the second half. Dug us out of a real grave there. As the announcers now giving it, Featherstone Rovers 28, Hunslet Hawks 14 here at Bellevue. It took a while, but we got there, Ben.
We certainly did, Joe. It was a gritty performance from Rovers. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. Started off in the first half. Rovers managed to get the points on the board for Ian Hardman. He went over after 18 minutes, Paul Sykes converting it. Then Callum Casey responded for the Hawks, converted by Simon Brown, who then added a penalty. Rovers was It's 8 points to 6 down at half time. Tries in the second half though for Rovers from Jack Bussey, converted by Hunslet Hawks. Got their only try of the second half. That was from McKay, converted by Brown. Further tries followed for Rovers from Blackmore, Paul Sykes and Blackmore again. Joe, it's been a battle. It's been a real battle for Rovers. They've got the win.
Yeah, we've got that 2 points and first game of the season. That's what it's all about. Staking your claim down and showing that you can be a real force in this division. Both sides can be proud of their performances tonight, but we've shown some grit. We've shown some real grit in the second half when Hunslet Hawks put up a test against us. Be interesting to see what next week's game is like against Doncaster, though. Paul Cook, by all accounts, giving another worldly performance away at London Broncos. Of course, another full-time side in this division, and Doncaster gave them a real game. No doubt they will against us too. So we'll have to be up for it. We'll have to perform like we did in this second half.
Indeed, Newcomer's playing today. Jai Hitchcock's man of the match. How impressed were you with him in the match during, of course, the match?
Yeah, I mean, as we said, it's all about your kick returns as a fullback in the running game. Link up into the line. We didn't see too much of his ability linking up into the line. Hopefully, we'll see that progress in the weeks to come. And you would say there was one time when perhaps he could have taken the ball on the full when he elected not to. We weren't there, so we won't quite know. But certainly, returning it, ball in hand, you couldn't have asked for better from our new signing.
So here we are, folks. Rovers start the season off with a win. The final score here at the Rapid Solicitors Stadium. Featherstone Rovers 28, Hunslet Hawks 14. Blooming freezing, man. My feet were going numb, you know, when I went like that a couple of